So, thinking about summer camp, which is what I remember, and most specifically, this is how I remember all of the 80s. As far as I can tell, most every important thing that happened to me in the 80s happened at this week at summer camp. So it was my second time at Camp Ayahuasca, which is in Auburn, New York, on the Finger Lakes, which if you've been there is very beautiful, but also, I don't know, Chicago's better. There's not a lot of, things like jobs. Stuff like that. So it's a great place to grow up. We have a maximum security prison downtown. And so there's some colorful people there. But I was allowed to go to camp, sleepover camp, for 2 years, and it was amazing. My first year I went, it was just so amazing, transformative, and so this was the second year, and the first thing you have to do is take a swimming test. And I tested into the best swimming class there was, the flying fish, which I was as shocked as you all are now. And there was only 4 of us. And the only goal of flying fish is to swim across the entire Ayahuasca Lake, which, if you've been to the Finger Lakes, this isn't like some dugout man-made lake. Like this is a big-ass lake. So I was pretty freaked out the whole first week. I did the regular stuff. I shot BB guns and made lanyards and all that stuff, but I really was trying to figure out how I would get out of this swimming across this lake. So the second week starts, and now we have swimming class first thing in the morning. So it's like, I don't know, 8 o'clock, and you've just eaten like really crappy eggs. And I'm standing there, and I finally realized this kid next to me is, like, he's as freaked out as me. Thank God someone's as freaked out as me. And he's kind of jittery, and I go, he's got something written on his hand in pen. Like, what boy carves, puts ballpoint pen on their hand? So, curious man. It's upside down and backwards, and it says like Nair or something, or E-R-I-N, Erin, that's me, that's Erin. That's Erin with hearts and stars on his knuckles, on a 10-year-old's knuckles. And he dives in. So he realizes what I've seen. And I dive in, and I swim my laps to practice to go across the fucking lake. And the whole time I'm thinking, someone loves me. Someone loves me enough to carve my name into his hand. I mean, this is like, I'm from a prison town, okay? This is a big fucking deal. I'm like, he's carved, I can't, I was terrible. I don't know why they thought I was a good swimmer. I was terrible, and so I was the last one in. And as he comes out of the water, so you swim your laps, and then you walk to like the shallow end. He comes out of the water, this kid who I'd never noticed the whole week is just transformed and backlit with the sunshine and his golden curls. Shakes his head, and he's like this Hardy Boys, 8 is enough, fucking dreamboat, And I'm done. I was like, okay, well, the good thing is my parents met at Camp Ayahuasca, so here we go. I didn't quite know what to do next, though, so I went to our talent show practice, because of course I signed up for the talent show, because why wouldn't I do that? It can't be scarier than swimming across the fucking lake. And I practiced my a cappella version of the Greatest American Hero theme song. And if you sing it a little bit to yourself for the next 10 seconds, you'll realize how appropriate it was after just figuring out for the first time at 10 years old that somebody loved you enough to carve it into their hand. And when I'm done, my friend, Sue Karpinski, she's a friend from CYO, which you're relating, she's like a good friend. She comes in and tells me, he wants to meet you before the bonfire. So I'm like, oh my God, this is really happening. So I don't know what to do. So I go and buy, I wait, at the bonfire thing, and at the camp store, I buy 5 atomic fireballs, because that's what I did every day. And I put one in my mouth, and he walks up, and I'm standing there with this atomic fireball in my mouth. And he's like, hi. And I'm like, hi. That's it. That was the whole thing. That was our whole first encounter. And we went to the bonfire, which was even better. I mean, the bonfires were awesome anyway, because they were run by Steve, who was the head boy counselor, who was muscular and tan, and played the guitar like no one who I've ever heard ever. And every night he would play Stairway to Heaven after taps, just for us. And every girl about Steve, but who cares about Steve? I have Jason Morgenthaler. So the next night is the talent show, and I get totally screwed. They ditch my song, and I have to sing some Donna Summer backup. I was awful. But after, Jason's like, oh, sit down, point to me. And he kisses me. And I'm like, huh? No? You did? The next day, so that was very quick, I get a letter in my cabin from Jason. And it was a love letter. It was pretty simple. It was stuff like, you're so nice, you're so pretty. He didn't know me, we didn't go to the same school. And I honestly might have that letter somewhere. And so then he says, so what happened next? Oh, then he says, will you be on my team for flag football tonight? Of course I will. And so after flag football, there's this group of us who, but it wasn't just me and him. It was like 6 other couples that have suddenly paired up because of the terrible talent show or something. So we go behind this tent, we're all making out. Making out was like this. Pressing your face. We did not press our bodies against each other. We showered with our bathing suits on. Like, we showered with our bathing, you go under your bathing suit. Because you weren't going to show anything to anybody in camp. Certainly not if you had anything to show. So we just would lock our lips together. That was still, I mean, look at me. It was amazing. It was like the best thing ever. And I open my eyes and I see my brother is there. My brother, yeah, you could be like, oh, my brother saw me kissing. Like, no, my brother was making out with Kim fucking Dungy. I mean, what a yawn. Yeah, she had this really, she had really great hair, and for camp hair, like, it was amazing. But what a yawn. I was so disappointed and pissed at him. So, the next day I get another letter. You're such a great kisser. So pretty amazing. So I start to write him a letter. I'm like, well, I gotta write him a letter. So I take my very special paper, which was a rainbow that you folded. So you opened it up and it was a rainbow. And the only person I sent letters to on this stationery was my pen pal from South Dakota. So this was like really, really important paper. And I write this, and I don't know what to write to him. So I write like, I think you're great, and it's so great spending time with you. And it was like 3 sentences long. I wrote really, really big. But in the 80s, you could do that and get away with it, and like put big like hearts on things. And then I thought I should put in something funny. So I didn't know any like lovey-dovey funny things to say. So I put in an atomic fireball. And on the envelope, I wrote, I think you're hot. Yeah. And so it was like I had finished the sentence and finished the exclamation point with the heart underneath. And all of a sudden, over the loudspeaker, it was like, please report to the, whatever, the big house or whatever, the big place where we all met and ate. And I'm like, what the hell? And in my mind, I thought, like, maybe they're gonna let me do my solo again? So I head over there, and it was the end. It was the end of all summer love at Camp Ayahuasca. They had found out about us making out because my fucking brother had given Kim Dungy about 98 hickeys. We were 10 and 11 years old. And I was so mad. I think I'm still mad at him. I'm mad at him about a lot of stuff. We'll do that another month. But like, he killed it. He killed the summer love. And so we weren't allowed to hold hands with anybody, to pair up in any way. And for the big dance you have on the Friday, like the big dance. I mean, this is in every freaking camp movie you ever see. They canceled all slow songs, except for one at the end. So we were like dancing with our friends. We weren't even dancing. I was so sad. I'm like, are you kidding me? I had this beautiful letter sitting on my bunk that I couldn't give them. So the last song comes on, and you can also take a few minutes to sing these lyrics yourself. It was Benny Mardones's Into the Night. Do, 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 do. You know, that one. And she's just 16 years old, leave her alone, they said. Remember that one? So if you can just take what was the greatest night of the 80s, week of the 80s for me, and put it into one slow dance, that was the dance.